Does the iPhone update really slow down your device? Find out next.
Today, Apple is going to reinvent the phone.
When Apple said they would reinvent the phone, what they didn't mention is they would continue to reinvent it every year or two since.
This is iPhone 5S. The iPhone 6 Plus.
This is iPhone 10.
And with each new iPhone model has come an updated operating system
iOS 8.
with new features, which owners of previous phones can also download. But what some owners of older generation iPhones notice is that as they keep updating new software as recommended by Apple, their older phones eventually slow down so much that they feel the need to buy a new one again.
It's the best.
So why does Apple slow down older devices?
I would say every company tries to maximize the number of times it can sell you something. So they're finding ways to kind of let you know, you've got a slow phone, there's better, newer stuff out there.
George John teaches economics at the U of M and is very familiar with the concept of planned obsolescence, a policy of producing consumer goods that rapidly become obsolete and so require replacing. He says smartphone companies don't practice full-blown planned obsolescence. However,
They're trying to nibble around the edges to make it harder for you to use an older object.
you ever notice how insistent your phone can be in suggesting you download and install the latest update?
Okay, check it out.
It's not required, but the company almost makes it harder not to update.
Keeps nagging you. Why are you not upgrading your software? Hey, this
Apple optimizes for the new. They try to bring as many of the old devices along as they can.
John Rexeisen is the top iOS app developer at The Nerdery. He says Apple develops its new phones hand in hand with its new software, fully integrated. Meantime, the new software works on old phones, just not as well.
That's why some of those new features just literally can't be faster because of the way the processor is actually integrated into the design process.
What would happen if I bought an iPhone and I never updated the operating system or any of the apps?
Really, it would feel just about the same as it always has.
But despite retaining all its snappiness, Rexeisen says there's a danger in that strategy because operating system updates also patch security flaws.
What's the risk of leaving these security flaws on your phone? What's going to happen?
The most serious way that this could happen is so someone external of your phone can send you maybe a text message and say, click here, you could click on it, and then someone could have access to your phone.
More likely, Rexeisen says, your phone might crash from time to time. So what should an iPhone user do? You could research the new features included in iOS downloads and weigh whether they're worth a slight performance decrease. Rexeisen suggests if you have the oldest phone model compatible with the newest iOS, stick with the older software. For example, if you have an iPhone 5S, maybe avoid iOS 11.
iOS updates needed.
If you're sort of one step up from the bottom, you're pretty good for upgrading.
Android users face the same frustration with yearly updates, and the experts say the slowdown can be worse in some phone models because the operating system is not optimized for all of them. The auto updates of the OS and the apps in Android can be turned off.
Okay.
Meantime, George understands the frustration
I think they're justified.
that comes when adding something new can make your phone feel so much older.
A study done by Harvard University proved Apple slowed down old devices to sell new models.